Today we're going to take a look at the biggest RC planes in the world. RC means radio control, so they are for fun. They are not full-size planes, but they are very big and very heavy, and they're very expensive. So people who build this kind of planes have a lot of free time and also a lot of money. You need a lot of free time to build them, mainly because there is no instruction manual to build one of them. No one makes a kit ready to be built. You have to do everything from scratch. And these people invest a lot of time, even 4 or 5 years, maybe sometimes, I don't know, I'm just making up a number, but they invest a lot of time building these planes because they're very complex and they require a lot of knowledge in the matter. So here in this channel we have built planes, but they are not as big as these ones and not as expensive as the ones that we're going to take a look at. So let's start with the first one, which is a Boeing 747-400 with Virgin Atlantic markings, and it was built by Adi Pitts. Okay, look at the size of that compared to the man just taking it out. And here we can see the attention to detail, the turbines, and inside we have real turbines, and each turbine is a very expensive thing. Each one can be more than 1,000 euros depending on the model, but it's around that price. So this model have 4 of them. Right there we can see the horizontal stabilizer. It has, as you can see there, it has the shape of an airfoil, which is very good. That's attention to detail, and it makes it more aerodynamic, and I like it. And there you can see, that's just to give you an idea, and there we can see the inside, and it has a lot of equipment there, a lot of electronics and systems. It's very complex. And here we go with the takeoff. Remember, 4 turbines pushing this plane. Beautiful. Even the sound is very realistic because of the 4 turbines, and these turbines produce a very realistic sound because they are the actual turbines. Now it's turning, and I don't know how difficult it might be to fly one of these things, but this plane is very heavy. I'm going to tell you some of the specs of this plane while it's flying. This plane has a wingspan of 16.2 feet or 4.9 meters, or almost 5 meters of wingspan, and is 17.8 feet long or 5.4 meters long. And it weighs 150 pounds or 68 kilograms. That's a lot of weight. And it's powered by 4 IQ Hummer 140 turbine engines. And I didn't find any information about these engines, but they're very expensive, I'm pretty sure. And as I was saying, this plane might be difficult to fly, but it depends. Maybe they're flying it manually. If they are, it needs a little bit of coordination to make it fly very well. If not, they might be using a flight controller on board to help stabilize the plane and make some more critical decisions, like in the full-size plane where we use fly-by-wire systems with computers all the time, compensating all the control surfaces and everything to maintain the flight of the plane efficiently. But yeah, it is possible to fly manually, but it's possible to enter in a stall or make a bad turn and then make a tail spin or something. So it is always advised to use some kind of flight controller or flight assistance, and it's really beautiful. As you can see there, it's an amazing plane. I don't have any more information about how long it took to build this plane, but other than that, I really love it. And here it comes for a landing. Amazing. It was the best landing I've seen with that size of the plane. Okay, the next one is the Concord, and this one is a 1/6 scale, which is massive. That means that if you multiply its size times 6, it will be the full size plane, which is really big. And the wingspan is 4 meters or 13 feet. The length is 10 meters or 33 feet, and the weight is 149 kilograms, which is 328 pounds. That's crazy. Now, it uses 4 turbines, JetCat P300 Pro. That sounds really, really expensive to me. Of course, it's a homemade plane or made from scratch, and here we can see the images. It's an amazing plane. I don't have words for this. I mean, how long did they take to build this and to get everything right, especially the shape of the wing? Because it has a very peculiar shape, and it's a delta wing, and it's not easy to make one of these things at this scale. In the windows, they replaced them with some letters saying that there's still some work to be done, but the main thing is done and they can fly it, which is amazing. Look at that. Just taxiing on the runway makes it very majestic. It looks really amazing. And it's gonna be escorted by 2 red arrows. Really nice. And here we go for the takeoff in a few seconds. And here we go for the takeoff. See how the nose goes up and everything? Amazing. Wow. And the red arrows. Again, this plane is 149 kilograms. 149 kilograms of weight. Impressive. And a low pass. That's really entertaining. I mean, one thing is watching it from a video, and another very different thing is watching it in person. And that will be very amazing, watching this thing flying there. And then it comes for a landing. Whoa, kind of bouncy there, but yeah, it was really soft, really nice landing. Okay, the next one is an Airbus A380, the biggest passenger plane in the world, because it can carry a lot of people, and this one is a 1/13 scale. It has a wingspan of 6.13 meters or 20 feet, and a length of 5.6 meters or 18.5 feet. And it weighs 102 kilograms or 226 pounds. Again, 4 turbines. This one uses jet mount 166, and the fuel capacity is 12 liters of fuel. So I don't know how much it would be in flight time, but it took 3 years to build, and that's equivalent to 1,700 hours of work. So let's take a look. And it already sounds really, really amazing. And let's take a look at the takeoff now. That's a nice shot. Really, really good. And it's nice because they have a nice runway there. And I think that the weather is amazing for that. And it sounds just like a real jet plane. Just imagine how you would feel if you were working on this project for 3 years, 1,700 hours of work, and finally you will see the fruits of your work, with the plane flying like that, just beautifully. Imagine how it would feel. Well, if I feel really good with very small planes, very cheap, foam board planes, these would feel like 150 times better than just flying regular small planes. This is amazing. Well, I don't know why there is another guy with a radio. He's not doing anything. I'm not sure if it's controlling some other stuff or if he's there just in case something goes wrong. It's a redundancy system. I'm not sure. I'm not aware of what system they're using there. But we can see there were two guys there with a radio each. One of them was flying it. The other was just holding a radio in his hand. I'm not sure why. Let's take a look at the landing. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, enough of turbines. Every airplane we have seen so far have turbines. Now let's take a look at this amazing biplane. It's an 85% scale of a Pitts Python, which is a very acrobatic biplane. And just look at the size of it. And look at the guy taking it out for the takeoff. And of course, the difference between a plane like this and the real one is that a radio control one will always be lighter because there is no pilot in it. I'm sorry. So there it goes for the takeoff. It can take off very quickly because, as I said, it's very lightweight because there's no pilot in it. Although that size is already enough to fit someone inside it, but it would be too heavy. I think it is possible, but the structure of the airplane is not optimized for someone to be in there or to carry so much weight. So while we see it flying around, let's take a look at some of the specs of this biplane. This biplane weighs 138 kilograms. It's just a little bit under the maximum permitted by the CAA, which is 150 kilograms. It's a big plane, it's 85% scale, and it's built by Greg Highfield. It took Greg 5 years to complete this project, and that's a long time and a lot of patience, but it finally came out very well, as you can see there. The engine is manufactured by Hirth, I think that's the pronunciation, Hirth, and is usually mounted in man-carrying microlight aircraft, 650cc, flat twin, with a 63-inch 3-blade propeller. So it's a very big engine. It's designed for real aircraft or full-size aircraft for people, with people in it. So as you can see, it is a very serious thing. And the engine, I don't know how much that engine cost, but as you can see there, I visited the website and they produce different kind of engines for real microlight or ultralight aircraft. And it's very interesting. It's really, really cool seeing this big biplane flying around, and it's an RC airplane. And finally in our list we have the Antonov 225, which is a very huge plane in real life. It's a cargo plane and it can carry a lot of weight, and you can even fit a bus in there and or heavy machines, no problem. And the Antonov 225 was the biggest plane in the world, but then the Strato launch, I think it's called the Strato launch, just replaced it, and now it is the biggest plane in the world by wingspan. But this one still can carry a lot of weight. So for what I can see here, it uses 2 turbine engines. It uses fuel for them, but the other 4 turbines are electric. So it's a hybrid system there. It goes for the takeoff. Really nice. Now this plane has a wingspan of 5.8 meters and a length of 5.3 meters, and the takeoff weight is 93.5 kilograms. It's really heavy, but is also powered by 2 Bowtech JB180, which are, I guess, are the combustion engines or combustion turbine engines, and 490ER EDF 6S engines, which are, or motors, which are the electric ones. And for me here it comes another interesting part, which is the landing, as well as the takeoffs are the most interesting parts of these videos. There it goes. It was a little bit harsh, but it was okay. It's safely down on the ground. Well, that was really cool, and that was it. I hope you liked this video, and if you are not subscribed, please consider doing so. And I really love these huge planes, RC planes. I hope to do one myself one day, maybe. Not maybe that big, because it will take a long time to make and also a lot of money, but something a little bit more medium size, and that would be interesting. The largest plane that I have is a glider, it's an Epsilon XL3. It's 4 meters of wingspan, and that's the largest I have, and it's more than enough. And it's a glider, that's why it has such a long wingspan. But maybe in the future I could go with something more aerobatic, more powerful. But for now, that's really good. I hope you like this video, and I'll see you next time.